Introduction. This lesson gives a brief biography of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhiji, and a touching glimpse of his great personality. The purpose of this lesson is to get a brief introduction of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhiji, who preached peace and did not deviate from the path of truth, non-violence, duty, etc. despite facing hardships in his life. Like a gigantic statue, Bapu stands with his legs spread out in the half-century of Indian history. This statue is not physical but spiritual. This has been a time of wars and revolutions in the world. But the events of our country appear completely different and clear from them because they were created on a different ground. The only surprising thing about India in this era was not that the whole country, going away from the path of the world, worked at the highest and most different level, but also that it did so for such a long time. This was no less than a miracle. No one can understand the secret of this miracle unless we look at the miraculous life of that great man who created this era with his own hands. This great man was Mahatma Gandhi. In his long life full of difficult tasks, struggles, extreme courage, not a single voice came out that sounded out of tune. There was an amazing uniformity in all his diverse tendencies, in which every word that came out of his mouth and every action of his was properly arranged. Thus, without knowing it, he was complete. He became an artist because he had practiced the art of living. This art was completely different from the art of living of the world, yet the world respected him. As he grew old, his body became a mere vehicle for the powerful soul within him. While listening to him or watching him, people would forget to look at his outer body. Therefore, the place where he sat became as sacred as a temple, and the path where he walked became a place of worship. These are the expressions that Pandit Nehru expressed towards Gandhiji after his death. From these we can get some idea of Gandhiji's great personality. Yet we are so close to him that our eyes cannot see his greatness clearly. The coming generations will perhaps be able to see him more clearly, and in the words of the world-renowned scientist Einstein, they will be surprised that such a great person ever lived on earth in physical form. Our country is fortunate that it gave birth to such a great soul, whose greatness will be counted for centuries. He must be among the greatest great men of the world. Gandhiji's real name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. His father was the Diwan of Rajkot. Gandhiji was born on 2nd October 1869 in a city called Porbandar. The values and thoughts of his religious parents influenced Gandhiji too, and he became a devotee of truth since childhood. After his father's death, Gandhiji went to England on 4th September 1888 to appear for the barrister's examination. Before leaving, Gandhiji had pledged to his mother that he would stay away from all addictions like meat and alcohol. This pledge gave him great spiritual strength. Even the attraction of the stimulating environment of England could not attract him. He had a slight inclination towards fashion, but the pledge given to his mother again inclined him towards a simple life. In England, he also studied the books of Tolstoy and Ruskin. Between their study and the Gita Bible etc., the contemplation of the Vedas strengthened his religious feelings even more. After 3 years of study, Gandhiji returned to India as a barrister in 1891 and started practicing law in Rajkot. While he was practicing law here, he had to go to South Africa to plead the case of a big business organization of Porbandar, Abdullah and Company. Gandhiji's real life began from South Africa. The time had come to test the values that he had in his mind till now. In those days, Indians were treated very badly in South Africa. Your mind rebelled against this behavior. When you went to the court to plead your case, the judge asked you to remove your turban. You considered this an insult and you came out without removing your turban. This incident was published in the newspapers. The attention of all the Indians of South Africa was drawn towards you. A few days after this, another incident happened. You were traveling in the first-class compartment of a train. An Englishman came and wanted to make you get down. You showed him the ticket. The British pushed him down without caring about his ticket. He was insulted several times by the British there. After these insults, Gandhiji became anxious. Finally, after getting the decision of your client's case without the help of the court, you started organizing the Indians of South Africa. Gandhiji wanted that they could collectively respond to the insulting behavior of the British. Gandhiji established the Natal Indian Congress there for this purpose. Through this organization, the Indians there learned the lesson of self-respect. These efforts of organization made the British there the enemy of Gandhiji. Many times they tried to kill Gandhiji, but Gandhiji was saved every time. These attempts of the assassins were also mentioned in the Parliament. The Prime Minister of Britain also wrote to the South African government to prosecute those who tried to kill him, but Gandhiji refused to prosecute anyone. Despite the misbehavior of the British, Gandhiji helped the British in the war of the primitive inhabitants of Africa, the Boer people, against the British. You took the work of serving the injured in your hands. Due to this service, both the British and Indians started respecting Gandhiji. After returning from South Africa, he started practicing law in Bombay, but after a few months, the people of South Africa called him. He again reached South Africa. There he started satyagrah to protest against the law that was insulting for Indians. This was the first experiment of satyagrah. General Smuts called Gandhiji and promised him to repeal the law, but Smuts did not fulfill his promise. Gandhiji had to do satyagrah again. This was also discussed in countries outside Africa. This war of satyagrah continued for many years. In the end, Smuts had to amend the said law. This was the first victory of satyagrah. After living in South Africa for 11 years, Gandhiji returned to India. In 11 years, he had taken two vows: first, that in future he would remain a celibate; second, that the rest of his life would be spent in public service. The rest of Gandhiji's life is the history of the practice of these two vows. As soon as you came to India, you accepted Gokhale's advice and started touring India. In Virangam, people were very unhappy about Zakat. You presented their grievances to the Viceroy. The Viceroy paid proper attention to these complaints. This attracted the people of Kathiawar and India towards you. After touring the country for a year, you returned to Ahmedabad. Here you laid the foundation of Satyagrah Ashram on the banks of the Sabarmati River. But the cries of the unhappy farmers of the country did not let you sit in peace. First of all, the farmers of Champaran district of Bihar came and complained to Gandhiji that the English landlords there tortured them a lot. You yourself went to Champaran and investigated and presented the complaints of the farmers before the government. At first the government did not pay attention, but when groups of satyagrahis started filling the jails, the government had to accept Gandhiji's suggestions. This victory spread Gandhiji's fame all over the country. You had to come from Champaran to Ahmedabad to settle the dispute between the mill owners and the workers. You tried very hard to convince the mill owners, but they did not agree. Then you advised the workers to go on strike. When the strike movement started slowing down, you announced a fast. This was the first public fast in your life. After 3 days of fasting, the mill owners reached a compromise with the workers. When the First World War started in 1914, Gandhiji helped the British with money and people. At that time you believed in the honesty of the British. The British had promised to give freedom to India after winning the war, but after the war ended, India was gifted the oppressive Rowlatt Act instead of freedom. You were very saddened by this ingratitude of the British. You decided to do non-cooperation and satyagrah against the Rowlatt Act. This movement started on 30th March 1919. The government showered lathis and bullets on the unarmed public. Hundreds of innocent men and women were shot dead in Amritsar's Jallianwala Bagh. You formed a committee on behalf of the Congress to investigate this incident. You toured village after village. This report opened the eyes of the world. In the Amritsar Congress, you presented the plan of non-cooperation before the country. A few months later, a special session of the Congress was called in Calcutta. The proposal of non-cooperation was accepted in it. For the first time, the people of the entire country accepted Gandhiji's leadership. Gandhiji took the reins of the country in his hands. This was the first movement of its kind in India. Thousands of educated people, lawyers, students, businessmen left their work and got ready to go to jail. The jails got filled. The farmers also formed groups and started going to jail. But in the middle, the Chauri Chaura incident happened. Some distressed farmers burnt the soldiers alive. Saddened by this incident, Gandhiji withdrew his movement. Non-violence was the first condition of his movement. He fought for truth in a non-violent manner. Satyagrah was suspended, but the work of preparing the country for your religious war continued. You put all your energy into constructive work, but the government was not able to tolerate this either. You were sentenced to 6 years. After you went to jail, communal riots began. A period of Hindu-Muslim riots began all over the country. After being released from jail, you announced a 21-day fast to calm these riots forever. This announcement attracted the attention of the leaders of both castes towards communal peace. In 1924, you became the president of Belgaum Congress for the first time. After becoming the president, you again toured the country. During this tour, he realized that the upliftment of Harijans is a more important task for the country than political independence. They should also get equal rights as other classes. The idea of Khadi also gained importance during this tour. As a result, you established Harijan Sangh and included both these works in the constructive works of the Congress. Apart from this, he also worked as a guide in constructive works like prohibition, Hindi promotion, education reform, etc. In 1930, Gandhiji started the Second Satyagrah War. It was started on 12th March 1930 by leaving for Dandi from Sabarmati Ashram. Breaking the salt law was the immediate aim of this journey. On 6th April, Gandhiji reached Dandi and prepared salt himself. The next day the government arrested him. Gandhiji's arrest added fuel to the fire of the movement. Thousands of satyagrahis went to jails. Finally the government called a round-table conference in London. Gandhiji also reached London to participate in it. Gandhiji was very disappointed with this conference. He returned disappointed and was arrested on 4th January 1932 as soon as he returned. During the days when he was in jail, the government played a new trick to weaken the country. To separate Harijans from Hindus, the government thought of giving them separate representation in the Legislative Assembly. Gandhiji started fasting in jail in protest against this decision. This fast shook the government, and it had to change its decision. After this, On 30th April 1933, Gandhiji fasted for 21 days for self-purification. During this fast, his death was so close that the whole country was filled with grief. But some divine power saved his life. This 21-day fast also ended successfully. After fasting against giving separate representation to Harijans, he resolved to serve Harijans. On 7th November 1933, he set out on a tour of the country to collect funds for Harijan service. He got unexpected success in this tour. 8 lakh rupees were collected in a few days. By establishing Harijan Seva Sangh, he made Harijans the center of service. The Great War again turned your attention towards the politics of the country. When the government of India declared war against Germany in the World War without asking the people of India, you considered this act of the government as an insult to the Indian people and the elected representatives of the people. The only way to counter this insult was that the Congress ministers and members of the Legislative Assembly should resign from their posts. The resignations were given. Gandhiji again put forward the demand for complete independence, after receiving an insulting reply from the government to this demand. You put forward the proposal of quit India before the country. On the historic day of 9th August 1942, that proposal was passed. The government arrested Gandhiji along with all the leaders on the same day. You had to bear many hardships in jail. The death of Shri Mahadev Desai in the first week of your jail stay and the departure of Kasturba after a few months saddened you. Your health also deteriorated a lot. The government released you in the month of May 1944. After being released from jail, you tried to keep the country united by meeting the leader of Muslim League, Mr. Jinnah. But Mr. Jinnah was adamant on his stubbornness. On 15th August 1947, when the skyscrapers of Indian cities were shining with countless lamps, the architect of India's destiny was shedding tears with the distressed Hindus and Muslims of Bengal. From there, you reached Delhi to douse the fire of Delhi. You kept preaching peace in the prayer meeting every evening. When the bloodshed did not subside, you went on a hunger strike. The hunger strike of 3-4 days worked like magic. The riot subsided. But the blood of some fanatic Hindu youths had not been calmed. They had this notion in their minds that Gandhiji favors Muslims. Those youths became enemies of Gandhiji. One of them, Nathuram Godse, went to the prayer meeting at 6 o'clock in the evening on 30th January 1948 and shot Gandhi with a revolver bullet. After saying Ram, Ram, Ram 3 times, Gandhi died. Gandhi's body was consigned to flames, but his soul is still guiding India. Dear students, if you find these lessons explained is helpful, please share this video with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for simple and clear lesson explanations. Check the description for links to other lesson summaries and join our WhatsApp channel for daily Kannada and Hindi lessons, useful phrases and grammar tips. Start learning today and speak confidently.